Many people may not know about the May incident during World War II in the United States. This was a serious event that occurred during a press conference due to the leakage of military secrets, and the leaker was Andrew Jackson May, a member of the U.S. Congress. His speech led to the deaths of 10 submarines and more than 800 officers and soldiers. The May incident is still controversial, and the U.S. government seems unwilling to discuss it. Today, we will briefly explain it. May was born in 1875 and practiced law in Kentucky for many years. He later served as a prosecutor and entered politics relatively late. Like many American politicians, May was involved in various industries such as coal mining and banking. During World War II, he was a member of Congress and held significant power, serving as chairman of the Military Committee. In 1943, the U.S. military was involved in World War II and engaged in fierce battles with the Japanese Navy in the Pacific. At that time, the U.S. submarine forces were very active, carrying out patrols, attacking merchant ships, transporting supplies, and repeatedly escaping from Japanese encirclement. May visited the Pacific Theater to learn about the actual situation and held a press conference after returning to the U.S. During this press conference, May revealed important information, proudly stating that American submarines had a high survival rate. While this statement alone could boost morale, he went on to explain why the submarines were able to escape from the Japanese depth charges. He claimed that it was because the Japanese depth charges were set to explode at a shallow depth. The news of May's revelation was quickly reported by the media, and coincidentally, American submarines were subsequently sunk one after another. This indicated that they were subjected to more precise attacks underwater. According to estimates from the Pacific Submarine Fleet, 10 submarines and about 800 officers and soldiers were lost due to this leak. The commander of the submarine fleet sarcastically commented, "He, May, will be happy to know that the Japanese have now buried them," referring to the depth charges, even deeper. This is a simple account of the May incident. Many people might think that the May incident was a clear case of leaking military secrets, given May's statement and its nature as a leak. However, there is a question as to whether the submarine losses were directly related to the leak. Shortly after the press conference, the Pacific Submarine Fleet released a report indicating that there were signs before the incident that the Japanese had indeed underestimated the maximum diving depth of American submarines. The report did not mention whether the Japanese had obtained the leaked information from May, and no reliable evidence was found from the Japanese side after the war. After the war, another perspective emerged, which was the update of the Japanese military's equipment. Before the May incident, the Japanese patrol boats, destroyers, and light cruisers were equipped with Type 95 depth charges, which weighed 160 kilograms, contained 100 kilograms of explosives, and could be launched using Y-shaped launchers. The Type 95 could be set to explode at a depth of 30 meters or 60 meters and sank at a speed of nearly 1.9 meters per second. It was not reliable when dealing with American submarines, as its diving depth was insufficient and its diving speed was slow. Experienced submarine commanders had a high probability of successfully escaping. In 1943, the Japanese introduced a new type of depth charge, the Type 3-1 and 3-2. These had more explosives, faster operational depth, and faster diving speed than the Type 95. Their diving speed was approximately 3 meters per second, and the Type 3-1 had operational depths of 30 meters, 60 meters, 90 meters, 120 meters, and 145 meters, while the Type 3-2 had operational depths of 40 meters, 80 meters, 120 meters, 160 meters, and 200 meters. The operational performance of the Type 3 was significantly different from that of the Type 95 and was more suitable for dealing with deeper diving submarines. At least from a technical perspective, this could explain the increase in the number of American submarine losses during that time. Does the May incident now seem confusing? May did indeed leak military secrets, but there is a lack of accurate evidence to support whether the Japanese used the information. The Pacific Submarine Fleet also has suspicions of shifting blame for the losses, making this a mystery that cannot be solved. But do not think that May simply made a mistake. During World War II, he used his position to sign military production contracts with inexperienced factories and received large amounts of cash from them. An investigation found that some of the products were of poor quality, such as a type of mortar fuse that detonated prematurely, resulting in the deaths of 38 soldiers. After the war, May was imprisoned for bribery, but he was pardoned by Truman after only 9 months.